Good morning and good afternoon. Welcome back to DCTV, where I'm your host, Drew Collins, and this is my co-host, Courtney Sprouse. What are we in, week 10? I say that I feel like I've been saying the same thing for like the last month, but still ridiculous how fast this year is going. We've done pretty well. Last week, I went 9-5. Courtney beat me, and she went 10-4, which brings our totals to 90-46 and 82-54. We are full with transparency here on the stream, so if you decide to join us along the way, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, and follow us on our socials. You see them there on screen. And yeah, we got an interesting week this week. I guess we'll just start with the quick recap with last week. Obviously, this was the second week you beat me. Any big takeaways from last week or anything you want to point out?
I would say my big wins last week, of course, were the Steelers. You picked against them, and because you said Mike Tomlin did you dirty, and he did you dirty again this week, except for in my favor. And I think I had the Texans, and you didn't. I think that was my other big one that gave me a little bit of an edge.
Yes. I had the Texans and the Bucs. No. Wait, I think I counted one wrong.
You had the Bucs.
Okay. That makes sense then. Because this week, that game heading into the Bucs. Look, if you are betting money and you're telling us don't bet or bet against the Bucs, I mean, you just don't know. How crazy was that game? I mean, I didn't get to watch it live, Courtney, but I went back and watched the highlights. Dude, CJ Stroud, that guy, he's a guy. I mean, 500 yards nearly, freaking 4 or 5 touchdowns, just absolutely ridiculous. And I've been saying it for weeks. Look who he's throwing the ball to: Nico Collins and Tank Dell. And these aren't superstars. Imagine this guy with a Jamar Chase or a Justin Jefferson. If they can really build around him, Houston. The future is definitely bright down there. So shout out to everyone down in Houston.
Shout out to CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I mean, what a guy. Get him some weapons, and that team is going to go far in the next couple of years. Biggest takeaway for me, hey, Minnesota Vikings, I told you to ride with Skull Nation. Yeah, man, the Vikings, what a game. I think it's awesome to see, everyone is becoming a Vikings fan now. Everyone is just falling in love with Dobbs and his story and everything. So pretty cool to see, one of my teams become popular. A few years ago, the Bengals had a huge rise in popularity with Joe Burrow and then Jamar, LSU fans and a lot of collegiate fans, and Louisiana fans came down and just, celebrated Cincinnati, became fans. So that happened the past few years. Now people are becoming Vikings fans because of a backup quarterback. Very interesting. And Courtney, I've been telling you for a few weeks now, I don't get this Falcons team. Arthur Smith, I don't understand all the hype around him. I know he's on the McAfee show and, he's making a public, he's making his public thing on shows, getting out there. But I mean, damn, this guy's a really bad coach. At least within the past month, he's a really bad coach. He totally got out coached by Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell had 2 or 3 days with Joshua Dobbs. Dobbs didn't even know the names of the players he was throwing to. Just ridiculous. I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. How do you lose that game as a head coach? That's a game that gets you fired, to be honest. He's underutilizing Kyle Pitts. He's underutilizing Bijan Robinson. What are we doing here? I'll touch on that when we get into the Falcons this week. So just really confused with that Falcons team. Glad my Vikings got it done. I also was, one more thing I'll touch on, my Bengals. Hey, they absolutely whacked the Bills. I don't care what you say. It wasn't a blowout, but I don't think anybody ever felt like the Bills were going to win that game. I think the Bengals had a lead for the entire game. I'm not sure if I'm correct, but Bengals are back, baby. So really good week for me, even though, 9-5 is okay. I'm up betting, that's, I think 3 straight weeks in a row, 3 or 4 straight weeks in a row where I'm up in the green. So love to see it. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know where to really start. We got some just some cringe primetime games this week, Courtney. Thursday night football, Panthers and Bears, just a freaking awesome primetime game. Why don't you get us started here?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have much to say. I don't really have much confidence. There's not a whole lot here. It's a pain that it's sad, honestly, that it's the prime time. This is how we're kicking off week 10, not too big of a fan of that. But nevertheless, I'm going to ride with the Bears on this one. I just think the Panthers stink so bad in like all phases.
You're not like Dylan here. You're not excited for this game. You're just you're just hanging off your seat, just ready for this one.
I mean, I'm counting down the hours. I'm counting down the days. I mean,
and I'm going to touch on what Kyle's saying here. I mean, whether you think the Bengals and Texans game should be flexed or whatever game, I don't understand the usage or the they haven't used the flex choice. The NFL graded the flex choice to be able to flex the boring games into some better games, and they haven't used it at all. I don't understand it. Whether it's a 1 o'clock game to a 4 o'clock game or 4 to prime time, whatever it may be, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand the NFL, they don't want to flex games. They don't want to, give the teams to excuse like, oh, you messed up with our schedule. Now we can't practice this day, or, now we have to travel a day earlier. I get maybe why it's hard to do that, but why even come out and say it's an option and then not even use it? And we have a lot of back-to-back prime, bad games, just very mediocre teams or below mediocre teams. It just really sucks to see. We're about to get into it. Fields is doubtful. I don't know. So it sounds like you were going to ride with the Bears here. I know you said you don't have much to touch on. I'm going to go with you here. If Fields is out, I'm actually going to ride with the Panthers. So a big if, but we're recording this on Wednesday and I haven't seen an announcement. Have you seen if he's out? I mean, usually doubtful means he's not going to play, but I've seen doubtful and a player, get some time in. So I don't know.
I haven't seen anything otherwise, but I wouldn't be surprised if like I said, this is a low confidence, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Panthers did win this game. This is probably one of their winnable games if they want to, I don't know, maybe get up to 2 wins. I mean, congratulations. Like, I don't know what's going on down there. They're just so bad in all phases. They're just really not good. And we've seen from this Bears team, I've seen more not good moment. I've seen more promising stuff from the Bears over the course of the season than I have from the Panthers, and I just think that this is a winnable one for the Bears. Remember last time they were in prime time with the Commanders, they dropped 40. So
this week, I think that's one of the only prime games I've gotten wrong all year. I've made a ton of money on primetime games, like more than just 1 o'clock games. I've been on it, but that game was one I definitely didn't see. I mean, that game to this day, I don't know how they did it. I mean, I think they scored probably more points in that game than they have the rest of the season, if I had to guess, or close to it. Dylan's, also in the chat said Panthers are missing some key pieces as well. Look, I get it. I hear you. I didn't know it was that. I know it's to that extent, but I just feel like if you're betting with your money here, which I will be, if Fields is out, I mean, you're going to take a Chicago Bears team with the backup quarterback. They're favored by 3.5. That's just not much value. The value is definitely on Carolina plus 3.5, plus 140 money line. I mean, you could look at the over under. It's 38.5. Obviously, like the big primetime thing this year has been unders, so you could obviously play that. But yeah. So if Fields is in, give me the Bears. If Fields is out, I will definitely ride with the Panthers. Look, it's been, we just talked about how great CJ Stroud has been. Obviously, he's going to be rookie of the year. But and then you look at Bryce Young, 8 touchdowns to 7 picks. He hasn't been terrible, but at the same time, look around him. He has a probably bottom 5 offensive line. He has a running back, which was supposed to be Miles Sanders, and he was, god awful. I just dropped him in my fantasy. Just so bad this year. So then you got Chuba Hubbard trying to get in there. Once again, a bad offensive line, so it's not helping the running backs. And then your receiver one is Adam Thielen. I mean, look, I'm a Vikings fan. I love Thielen. He's going to go in the Hall of Fame as a Viking, but dude, Adam Thielen can't be your receiver one. I mean, he was a slot, receiver 3 at most in Minnesota for a lot of years. He's never played above Diggs. He didn't play above Justin Jefferson. So, having a good year. Glad to see Thielen having a good year, but that's your number one guy for Bryce Young. You got to put some pieces around him to give this kid some help. So, 1-3 at home for Chicago, 0-4 on the road for Carolina. Courtney, what are we doing here on primetime? But let's not waste any more time on this game. Let's hop right into the morning game in Germany, which, just awesome to give go to these, other countries and give them really the best display of football. None other than Colts and Patriots. Just so much talent on that field. Two teams really thriving. But Courtney, who are you riding with on this one?
I am going to ride with the Colts. I've said it so many times, I cannot stand the Patriots. They really just find a way to make me even more pissed off week to week. I mean, really, they're talking about Bill Belichick's on his way out the door. They're talking about crazy stuff's going on over there in New England. And
Right.
I just have a lot more faith in the Colts team than I do the Patriots team. I mean, again, Europe games are kind of hard to. Here's my thing. Shout out Germany, because you're about to see the Dolphins and the Chiefs, and then the next week you're going to watch the Colts and the Patriots. So
Right.
I mean, apologies to you guys. I mean, what? At least I get to see some range in the NFL, But yeah, that's really it. I just have a lot more confidence in this Colts team on paper, and I think the Colts have been more impressive against some of the teams that they have played up to this point, and I think that they have stayed in some tougher games than the Patriots have. I mean, you can argue that the Patriots, beat the Bills, but I've said last week, and I'm going to say again, the Bills are frauds. So, it's really kind of a no-brainer for me on this one. Now that I said that, the Patriots will probably win, but, shout out Kroger. Not sponsored.
Shout out Kroger, not sponsored. A little bit to a larger scale, but yeah, this is just a really gross game to bet on. Once again, we're talking value here, right? We talked about it last game. You're taking a backup quarterback in the Bears and their favorites. If you bet this game, the favorites, the Colts with Gardner Minshew, another backup quarterback. So the first two games this week, the two favorite teams both had backup quarterbacks. That is disgusting. I mean, how do you trust your money with that?
If I were a betting man, I would not put my money on this game or the other game.
Right. But for the sake of the picks that we have to do for every game, I'm also going to go with the Colts. Now, there's a few things that scare me here. I'm not buying the fire the Belichick. I mean, everything he's done for this franchise, you're going to fire him midseason. Get out of here. Like, I just don't see it. Sure, the team is struggling, but, I mean, there's really a lot of fingers you can point to here. I mean, Mac Jones, 10 touchdowns and 9 picks. Obviously not even a quarter of the player that Brady was. Ramondre Stevenson finally had a decent week last week. But other than that, I mean, he has less than 400 yards and, only 3 touchdowns on a year. He was supposed to be like a monster 3-down back, and, Zeke get a touch, or not Zeke. Is it Zeke? That's what the Patriots now, right? Is he the backup?
Mm-hmm.
Him get a touch every now and then in the red zone to try to get, some points on the board. And it's just been really ugly for that offense. And look, the defense hasn't been much better. I get it. We all expect this Belichick defense. I just saw right before we got on here, their number one corner. He's not even making the trip because of discipline actions, or he's not trusted to make the travel with the team. Like, what are we doing here? So once again, like, I did see that, and although I disagree with some of it, I have to ride with the Colts. Obviously, if I bet on this game, it will not be on either the team. It'll either be player props, or I don't know. Maybe I don't even touch this game. I recommend not touching this game, to be honest. But yeah, I'm gonna ride with the Colts. It is iffy. Gardner Minshew going up against a Belichick defense, but this Belichick defense has not been great. So give me the Colts. Yeah, Dylan just said Jack Jones and CJ Jackson, or JC Jackson, which I think JC Jackson was the one they said that wasn't making the trip because he wasn't reliable enough to make the trip. What we're talking about adults here. I don't know. I don't get it. But a good game, probably one of the best games of the week. Two teams, we'll both be watching this game as we, have teams in the AFC North. Very important game here, to be honest. Browns and Ravens. This one's going to be in Baltimore. This is the start of the 1:00 games. And I'm very excited for this. I mean, we got 2 top 5 defenses in the NFL here, if not top 10 at least. Ravens have been dominant against the Browns, 36-13 all-time record. I mean, this is going to be one of those. I've seen a lot of people saying, this is going to be a steamroll. Ravens are hot. It's going to be a blowout. I get it. but it's the AFC North. And if you watch AFC North football, it is never easy. It's never pretty, and it's never a blowout. With that said, I will take the Ravens here for my pick. But if you were, betting on this +6 for the Browns, I think that's decent value with or without Deshaun Watson at this point. But nonetheless, I think the Ravens do get it done at home. They always play well in Baltimore. Their team is rolling right now. They are hot. They look really good. I'm excited. Bengals play them in 2 weeks on Thursday Night Football, I believe. So I'm already looking forward to that game after the Texans this week as a Bengals fan. But I'll say this. I wrote in my notes, whichever quarterback takes care of the ball and turns the ball over less will win this game. This is less about the, how many points they're going to put up. And we all know this. Dude, you just scared me. That was so loud in my AirPods.
I'm sorry.
Clip it.
I'm crying. That was actually so funny.
A little bit of an earthquake going on over there.
For all the watchers.
Yeah, we're posting that. That'll be clipped.
I'm sitting on a pillow and it on like a little stool, and it fell because I leaned back too far. So
not good at balance. Noted. All right, so yes,
God.
my pick is the Ravens. It's a medium confidence pick for me. But if you're betting 6 points in an AFC North matchup, is a lot of points. Courtney, if you are recovered, you can make your pick now.
I'm like sweating now. That was a lot. I just went through a short amount of time. Oh God, anything I had to say about this game is on the floor with me. But I'm also going to take the Ravens. I agree with what you said. It's going to be close. It's AFC North football. I'm really proud of the Browns. I really am. AFC North is the best division of football, and it's really about time.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Anything for views these days. It's crazy.
Bro,
I agree. I agree. I mean, what division is better than the AFC North? I mean, the fact that, what was it? They said if the season ended, all 4 teams would get into the playoffs. Like, that's just ridiculous.
I mean, shout out Cleveland for finally pulling their weight, finally doing something with themselves in terms of on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, I'm really proud of you guys. Welcome to the AFC North at this point. But nonetheless, I am going to take the Ravens. They are really hot right now. And I would just like to remind those who are saying, oh, the Ravens can are crushing everybody, can beat everybody. You know who they didn't beat this season? You know who they did not beat? It's Pittsburgh Steelers. So how about everybody just calm down, okay? The Steelers own the Ravens. People know that. We'll see when we rematch on January, I think the 2nd. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Ravens. I mean, as much as I wouldn't like the Browns to win, but in terms of the rankings and the division itself, it'd be better if the Browns won just to kind of close that gap a bit. But that's just probably not going to happen.
Right. And as a Bengals fan, I totally agree. I hope this pick is wrong. I hope the Browns pull it off or they tie. I hope they tie. That's those 2 things to make me happy. I'm going to pick with the Ravens because I got to be realistic. That's what's going to get me the best, overall picks at the end of the year. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be rooting for the Browns here. I'm just going to say +6 is a lot of points for an AFC North matchup. So, but we'll see. We'll see which team takes care of the ball more. You okay? You good to move on?
I'm still laughing about how
I can't wait to post that. We're gonna get some views over here.
Yeah, I will actually. I'm not gonna threaten you online, but I will assassinate you if you do that.
All right, so let's get to the next one. Wow, these good games really get taken out here quick because we got a couple good games to start this week, and then we end on a very cold note. But oh wait, is this the Packers Steelers game? I thought we had a different game up next. Sorry, I thought we had the Bengals game up next. I did not do that on purpose. I'm looking at DraftKings at the odds, and their next one's Texans Bengals. So I was getting excited. Put on our notes, it's Packers Steelers. So Courtney, Packers heading to what's the stadium name now? Acrisure Stadium.
That's
Is that
the
it?
one. That's the one.
All right. Who do we got for this one? Well, hold on. I want to bring this up while we're on the topic. You picking Jordan Love is such a total disgrace. I was about to not even put a thumbnail on the live stream. Just have no thumbnail. That was disgraceful what you did.
Well, for anyone who's still watching this after what I just did there, I put Jordan Love as the thumbnail, and in my email that I sent to Drew earlier, the subject line says thumbnail, comma, I hope this ruins your day. Smiley face. And it seems like it did. So there's that. I actually didn't even think about the fact that I put Jordan Love on there when he's going to Heinz Field this weekend.
Right. Now I hope he has himself a game. He might go off this week. What we just did, making him the title, and then he's playing against your team. I think you might have did yourself dirty here.
Maybe that's really uncalled for, Dylan. How about you take that off the screen immediately? I'm going to go with the Steelers here. The Packers, yeah, they had they won last week. So shout out Green Bay. Shout out Jordan Love having a legacy game last week. I mean, I know
Who was the quarterback they faced? Did you name him?
No.
Me either.
Okay. But, I was really happy for Jordan Love. And I was really sad for you because I know that he just lives rent-free in your mind, and that probably couldn't have helped your stability coming into the stream. And that, you know what? Do you think I fell because I put Jordan Love on there against my own team?
We solved it. We got to the bottom of it.
I think a lot of things are going wrong.
Now you have to fade the Steelers. You have to take the Packers.
No,
and that's what you're doing, right? That's your pick?
No, I'm taking the Steelers because the Packers are horrible.
Okay.
But I will say this, yes, about the whole George Pickens thing. And that was so blown out of proportion. Yeah, is he acting like a diva? But, let's list the ways of diva wide receivers the Steelers have had over the years. Okay, Mike Tomlin's a pebble in his shoe. He said, nobody cares. He's being a brat. Here's my thing. Should he be utilizing the offense more? Yeah.
Okay, but him posting it on Instagram and then putting in the caption "free me" after a win, that is ridiculous. It would have been if he would have made a crappy comment or something like that. He was upset about his volume or whatever. But to say "free me," oh my gosh, that's
I agree.
crazy.
I agree. He's being a major diva right now. He's doing some early onset CT Antonio Brown type stuff. It's not fun to watch. It's not cute. And also, but here, let me finish. Yes, God, I'm really a mess right now. Yes, he should be utilized more on the offense. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was also his fault they did not catch that crucial touchdown pass that would have been important.
Correct.
For the rest of the game, that was 100% his fault. How many crazy catches have we seen him make and stay in bounds? For him, in terms of that specific catch, he had a whole football field's worth of room in comparison to other catches he's made. So that was ridiculous. And two, buddy, yeah, who's your quarterback? Come on. Yes, there's a lot of moving parts here, and it really sucks to be a wide receiver in the league if you have a bad quarterback because that your job relies on the quarterback. But your job is also to catch touchdowns. That's your job. Okay, shout out Deontay Johnson, our wide receiver 1, for catching his first touchdown pass in over a year. Shout out. I'm really upset right now. My face is red. I'm not even because I'm embarrassed or because I'm thinking about one of my crushes for the week. I'm just fuming, upset. However, the Steelers are not the worst offense in the league anymore. Shout out New York Jets without Aaron Rodgers for taking that over. Either way, going with the Steelers. The Packers are not ready to come into Heinz Field. Jordan Love is. I'm going to treat Jordan Love how you treat Jordan Love this week. I don't hate the guy, you do, but this week I hate the guy. So it's one of those deals. I'm going to shut up now, or else I probably will fume and have to be get evaluated. So, it's one of the I'm just not doing well. Dylan said I'm falling apart mentally and physically. I really am. So, how about you just take over? And I swear to God, if you pick the Packers, I'm leaving the stream. I swear to God to you.
So, listen, we all know this Packers team with Jordan Love is bad, but they're still going to lose this game. Yeah. As you know, I really hope, I really hope the Steelers lose this game. I hope this pick is wrong, but
I'm
yeah,
keeping
so
this on the rest of the time. I'm so unwell right now, and the fact that you just did that makes it like, oh my God, I'm like fuming upset right now.
So yeah, I hope this game ends in a draw. These are my two least favorite franchises in the National Football League since I've been a child. Why is that? I'm a Bengals fan and I'm a Vikings fan, who are the rivals, the Steelers and the Packers. So, yeah, these are my least two favorite teams in the National Football League. But listen, this is less about Pickett and more about fading Jordan Love, like I've been doing all year long. And just you're gonna take Jordan Love versus Steelers defense. I mean, that is just
you would be a moron. A grade
right.
A asshat moron.
But there are questions. When's Fitzpatrick coming back? There's a lot of questionable, pretty big guys here for the Steelers. Obviously, the Packers, Aaron Jones, Quay Walker, Jair Alexander, by the way, most overrated cornerback in the National Football League.
Hey, I was gonna say the same thing. So
Yeah, some things we can agree on. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Steelers here at home. They're only 3-point favorites. I think I'm pretty comfortable with taking that. Maybe I'd tease it down to 2.5. But yeah, it's a team ride here with the Steelers. Continue to fade Jordan Love, even though he is our thumbnail.
Our team rides normally go pretty good, though.
This is a good one. Yeah, this is a good one. What year was the Super Bowl? How old was I? I'm about to look that up real quick before we move on. 2011. Okay, so yes, 10-year-old Drew was just fuming. Yep. All right. But yeah, just two of my least favorite franchises going head to head. Nothing would make me happier than a draw here. But anyways, I don't think there's been a draw this year.
Hey, nothing. No, there hasn't.
We're due for a draw.
Nothing would make me happier than to be sitting in the same room as you right now, so my fist could connect with your face. Nothing would make me happier than that. So you know what?
All right.
I think we should just move on. I think we should just move on because
49ers. Go ahead. 49ers. Heading down to Jacksonville. Courtney, who do you have for this one?
I hate doing this. I really gotta stop coming back to this. 49ers, Jags? I mean, jeez.
Are you jagging off?
You're disgusting. You're a pig. I mean,
what? Jagging off? The Jags.
You're disgusting.
I said jagging off.
I know you did.
Are you jagging off with the Jags?
No, I'm not. I'm going to go with the 49ers, but I think it's a possible win for the Jags because, as of late, the 49ers you don't know what they're going to come out and look like. I think Deebo Samuel is still questionable last time I looked. Yeah, I mean, Christian McCaffrey's going to score a touchdown probably.
I think Deebo's playing, by the way.
He's off the
injury. He's off the injury report. Right, he's gonna show up. I don't know. He's injured like every important game of every year.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just think that was uncalled for. I'm gonna take
What was uncalled for? What I just said?
I mean, you didn't.
Deebo is always hurt when the team needs him.
You didn't have to do that.
He is, though. It's the truth.
Okay, well,
tell me one big game the Niners have played that he's been in.
They played the Steelers week 1. He was.
We're talking. I said big games, not easy ones.
First of all, you picked the Steelers for that one. So how about?
Okay, so you aren't jagging off. You aren't jagging off. You're riding with the Niners.
Stop saying that. That is correct. You
I
probably are jagging off.
I am also not going to jag off to this one. I am going to ride with the 49ers. Look, they're on a tough streak here. 3 losses in a row to some pretty good football teams. My Bengals and my Vikings pulled it off, by the way, if you're wondering. So some good teams here. That was with Kirk Cousins, by the way. In Minnesota, I believe. Oh, no, was that in San Fran? I don't even remember. But
I just spit water all over my computer.
Just getting a whole bunch of clips here for the social media this week. So anyways, yeah, 3 weeks in a row. They had a bye week. They, rested up some guys. Are getting healthy again. I can have a good game plan against this Jags team, which is 6-2. I do think this Jags team will make the playoffs. I don't think they are when I think best teams in the AFC, I don't think Jags for some reason. They are a great team, but I don't think they're competing with some other teams. I just think this 49ers team gets back on track, losing 4 in a row coming off a bye week. Just not buying it. And look, I mean, San Fran's only a 3-point favorite. Buy it down to 2.5 and take some points. That's what I'm going to go with here. The over-under is 45. I think some points are going to be scored. That's a tough one. I'm not sure what to ride on that. If I were to touch it, I would probably say the over, and the 49ers parlay is a good chance there. Just can't see Niners losing 4 in a row. And I think the Jags falling back down to earth at 6-3 makes a little more sense.
I agree. Come back down to earth. Touch some grass.
Right. Anyways.
Not a fan of those guys.
Same. Head to an incredible team in the Minnesota Vikings with Joshua Dobbs at the helm. Really, really excited for this one personally. Obviously.
Hey, I'm a big Josh Dobbs fan. He was a Steeler at one point in time.
Right. He's been around the league, that's for sure. So I'm going to ride with my Vikings here. I rode with them last week and everybody called me crazy. I don't care. I'm going to do it again. The Vikings have won 4 in a row. And look, this Saints team's not good. I mean, who in their right mind thinks this Saints team's good? Now, obviously, they might beat the Vikings. I'll give them that. They've played the Vikings pretty well in the past couple of years. Ask them who their least favorite player is. I'm sure most of them say Stephon Diggs, Minneapolis Miracle. But, I will say, one thing to play devil's advocate, Darisaw being injured is a big issue if he doesn't play for the Vikings. He's top 3 left tackle in the National Football League. And Cam Akers blew his ACL last week. That I just feel so bad for the guy. Cam Akers, just a big blow. The Vikings, you were leaning his way more and more these past few weeks after trading for him. Alexander Mattison has been a bust the whole season. I mean, he's been backing up Dalvin Cook past few years, has looked really well in his backup role. Got all the shine, all the starts this year, and boy, he has just been a whole lot of hot garbage. So that's a big thing for the Vikings. I mean, you have a backup quarterback and you have a crap running back. You haven't been good at running the ball, but you can throw it 50 times a game, and that's what the Vikings will do even with their backup quarterback. Look, if there's one thing that's different that you can't game plan like you could when there was Cousins, it's the fact that Dobbs can get out the pocket and scramble. Since Kirk has been at the realm of quarterback for the Vikings for the past couple of years, we've seen maybe a handful of scrambles in all these years, but we saw that same amount probably in the same game that Dobbs played. I also want to say this. Justin Jefferson, best receiver in the league. He hasn't played in like a month or even longer, and he still has more yards and touchdown than former Ohio State Buckeye Chris Olave. So just want to throw that out there. Let's ride with the Vikings. Courtney, who do you have?
I really appreciate you doing that.
It's true, though. Jefferson hasn't played in like a month, and he has more yards and touchdowns than this incredible Chris Olave.
Okay, he's former offensive rookie of the year. So how about you just shut up? When's the last? You know what? I'm sure you could go and play and get more yards than Chris Olave. I'm sure you could do that. So that's cool. You're just mad. You're just mad that Kansas isn't going to the playoffs this year. And
hey, we're just getting ready for next year.
All right. What game are we talking about? Oh yeah, Viking Saints. Shout out Dylan in the chat for asking to check what's in my water bottle. That's actually not the source of today's problems. I took a vitamin this morning and it's supposed to boost your serotonin. So I think I'm just bouncing off the walls. You're so annoying.
I got wine in here.
I think what does he think I'm drinking out of here? I mean, golly.
Could be some Absolutes vodka, you know?
I would rather throw up and die than ever drink vodka straight up. But anyway, I'm going to go with the Vikings here for one reason and one reason only. The Saints stink. So, I mean, there's really nothing else to it. The Vikings are probably just going to win this one because they're so bad and so annoying. You never know what they're going to do week to week. I mean, sometimes, they do something cool and you're like, oh, sweet.
We haven't disagreed yet. It's a team ride through the first 4 games, right? Is that what I'm hearing? Have we disagreed yet?
Yeah.
Where?
Wait.
We haven't. We both are riding with the Colts. We're both riding with the Ravens. We're both riding with the Steelers, both riding with the 49ers, and both riding with the Vikings.
Yeah, but you're being wishy-washy on the Bears.
Oh, that's if Fields doesn't play, correct. Yep, you're right.
See, I'm so cold.
And look, I agree with you. Like, listen, this Saints team is so bad that, Josh Dobbs and this Vikings team.
Chris Olave could be in jail. He could be in jail. I mean, we don't know before the next game.
Just listen.
I'm listening.
Yeah, this Vikings team is bad, right? With Joshua Dobbs. The Saints are only 2.5-point favorites. That's crazy to me. I mean, I thought this line should have been a lot wider. I mean, even as a Vikings fan, I'm saying that. That just speaks volume of how bad Derek Carr and the Saints team is. And don't get me wrong, Alvin Kamara will probably have, if you are betting this game, realistically, bet Alvin Kamara touchdown and bet his overs. Takes me back to the Christmas Day game a few years ago where I think he scored 6 touchdowns on the Vikings. I will never forget that, Alvin Kamara. You built a lot of character in Drew Collins that very Christmas day. I'm opening presents. I'm wearing my Vikings jersey. Probably was Dalvin Cook or something at the time. And Alvin Kamara scores 6 touchdowns on Christmas Day. I'll never forget that. But
I'm really sorry that happened to you.
That's crazy. 6 touchdowns from one player. I mean, the ESPN matchup predictor has Vikings a 49.99 chance to win. It's just crazy with no Kirk Cousins and no Justin Jefferson and no Cam Akers. And I mean, the list goes on. No Christian Darrisaw.
Shout out ESPN. We love you.
Shout out CBS too. But yeah, just crazy. Let's move on because we are on a team ride here.
Before we do that, I would just I don't know if you're aware of this, but Arthur Smith had a over 5 minute explanation today as to why Bijan Robinson isn't getting touches in the red zone. He took over 5 minutes. I don't know what he said, but I know that's a really long-winded answer. And it probably doesn't even make sense. So there's that.
I hate when teams.
I just wanted you to know that.
I didn't know that, so thanks. But I think it's just interesting to hear how teams use their high draft capital and don't utilize the player properly. It's very frustrating, even as fans, whether Bijan's on your fantasy team or not. Anyways, I'll start this next one because it's going to be the Houston Texans heading to Cincinnati and Paycor Stadium for the Bengals. Look, we just talked how great Stroud is. 14 touchdowns to 1 interception on the year. I mean, you look at his stats compared to Burrow's, and he's having a better year than Burrow is. Yeah, I mean, props to CJ Stroud. I already talked. I already praised him earlier, so I'm just gonna stop. But I'm still gonna take the Bengals here. Obviously, they're my team, but who's gonna say the Bengals aren't the hottest team in the National Football League right now? If you're aware of the Bengals, I mean, 4 wins in a row. What are you laughing at? 4 wins over the row, and 2 of them are back to back. back-to-back is over San Fran and Buffalo. I mean, San Fran and Buffalo. People were saying in the beginning, they're Super Bowl contenders. They're Super Bowl, but at the end of the day, they're Super Bowl contenders. And in Seattle, they're over 500. Like, the Bengals are the hottest team in the National Football League, in my opinion. And they're a streaky team. We all know this, and you should know this as a Steelers fan. Since Joe Burrow's been on this Bengals, since he's been a Bengal, they are a streaky team. They go on very hot streaks, and they go on very cold streaks. Nothing new. So I have to ride with them until they go on a cold streak, and I will do just that. Now, they are 6.5 point favorites, which is a big line. I'll probably dial it down to 2.5, and then, continue to sprinkle on the spread as it gets wider. Also take, money line and probably, sprinkle on there. We all love a good sprinkle. Look, though, the spread is 47.5 right now. So that's a lot of points. They are expecting a shootout in Paycor. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if the I wouldn't be Kyle. Hey, shout out Kyle. Hottest team in the league. There he is. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if honestly the under were to hit. Now, obviously, I'm gonna be at this game. So I will not be able to watch the other 1:00 game. So Courtney, I expect some updates around the league while I'm in there, if my messages even load. But I will be at this game. So I will probably sprinkle a lot of money on the Bengals here. So if they lose, I will be down this week no matter what. Put a little sprinkle on that. So I'll probably even sprinkle the over, because as a fan, I'm not going to go to a game and pick the under, because who wants to go watch a low scoring game? So I'm telling you right now, I'll definitely have a parlay of the spread, probably at 2.5 and the over. So there you go. There's my big pick. I just got a notification that Ja'Marr Chase didn't practice today. So that's a big question mark. Apparently, Ja'Marr Chase, T. Higgins, and Sam Hubbard are all questionable. I don't know when Sam Hubbard got on there, and I'm not surprised about T. Higgins. I've said some stuff about him in the previous weeks. I'll just keep it in the past. But, Joe Mixon's looked great. They need to run the ball a little bit more. And
shout out Parlay Dave. Hold on. Parlay Dave.
Oh, Parlay Dave is back. Parlay Dave. He decided to come back. He disagreed with me, and then I went 12-3 on that very week. So I hope, Parlay Dave, you set your ego at the doorstep when you entered and rode with me.
It was last week. You did not go no 12-3.
No, it wasn't last week. It was the week prior.
Huh. Or no? Are you sure?
Yeah. 12-3. I was about to say let's move on, but you haven't even touched yet. So I'm assuming we have a team right here in the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, we do have a team right here. But I'm going to continue to laugh that you think they're the hottest team in the NFL right now. I'm laughing.
Who's hotter than the Bengals right now?
The Ravens.
I think the Bengals and the Ravens are the two hottest teams in the National Football League.
I liked the crickets. Those were Dylan, stop. Literally stop. Yeah, Parlay Dave. You missed me falling off my stool earlier. Literally on the floor. But anyway, I'm gonna ride with the Bengals here. I already forget who they're playing.
Let's just say we brought the juice for the show today. I got my Borg.
Yeah, okay, so they're playing the Texans. Yeah, CJ Stroud, but it's not a one-man game here. CJ Stroud's only one man against this Bengals defense, and I just think the Bengals are going to take this one. AFC North, best division of football. I mean, I'm team riding. No, not every AFC North team to win, because the Browns are – one of them's going to have to lose because they're playing each other, but – if the Browns were playing another team, I would team ride AFC North every single team. So Bengals, rule the jungle, who day? We are day. We think we're gonna beat them Bengals.
All right, team ride with the Bengals. I will be at Paycor Stadium, so I will have to be caught up on the 1:00 games. Hopefully,
hey, shout out Drew's birthday weekend, birthday festivities.
Let's go.
He's gonna bring his board to the game.
And get tackled by a guard. Love that for me. Great start to my birthday weekend.
Hey, if Ja'Marr Chase isn't going to play or T. Higgins, you might have to go out there.
I'll be stretching down there. Like I
You
said,
might-
I did do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the off season,
Hey.
just like Tua.
Oh yeah,
So obviously that's done pretty well for him.
get
Not in
some
the big
liquid.
games, but in the small games, of course. But
If you get enough liquid courage in you, you won't even feel it. If you get tackled by one of the security
right, I bet I could take some. I could take more contact than T. Higgins nowadays. But I digress.
Whoa.
I'll let you start with this one because we have your team with Baker and the Bucks, and boy, have they just had a crazy season. I mean, one week you think they're just gonna have a terrible week, and then they score like 40 points and still lose. And you can't blame this on Baker. Courtney, he has 12 touchdowns to 4 interceptions on the year. That's pretty good for Baker Mayfield.
I'm still trying to figure out. Are you saying Baker and the Bucks are my team?
Yeah.
Oh.
One of your teams. But yeah.
Well,
Titans
I
at
wouldn't.
Bucks.
I wouldn't say that. But okay.
I am not confident at all in this game, but let me know why you are confident and who you are confident with for Titans and Tampa Bay.
I'm gonna go with the Titans here because Baker and the Bucks have fucked me over. I shouldn't have said that. But they have for like 5 weeks in a row, and I'm downright sick of it. I am downright sick of it. Baker and the Bucks, that phrase I never want to leave my mouth again. These guys, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. I mean, stats don't lie, but at the same time, win a damn game when I pick you. How about that? There's a concept. I don't know. I mean, doesn't seem crazy
Courtney,
to me.
they've lost. I don't know. I'm not sure if you are aware of this, but they've lost 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Lions, Atlanta, Buffalo, Houston.
And I've picked them 4 weeks in a row. So, yeah, that is me right now because Baker and the Bucks are pissing me off because you know what? Whatever my thing is, I can't even, that thing's on top of it, so I don't know. But I'm like 84 losses? Or no, that isn't.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, you're going to be there soon. You're going to be there soon.
Fuck you. 54 losses, and 4 of those are from the past 4 weeks of Baker and the Bucks. So I'm gonna go with the Titans. I'm gonna ride with Will Levis. Unfortunately, he couldn't beat the Steelers, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Mike Tomlin against rookie quarterbacks, except for CJ Stroud, but look how that's working out. Shout out Will Levis, and screw you, Dylan. Shout out Will Levis and the Titans. Hopefully E-Hop has himself a game. I mean,
oh, are you done yet? All right. So Courtney is betraying her Baker and the Bucks.
It's not my Baker and the Bucks. I have
But for all you listening out there, I am going to ride with Baker and the Bucks, and I'm going to do it with high confidence. Confidence. And this is why. Tampa Bay has lost 4 straight weeks in a row, and they've had some tough losses. 39-37, 24-18, 16-13 are the last 3. Just some brutal losses. I mean, Baker puts up 40 points, and that veteran defense lets a rookie put up 40 on them. Unacceptable. Look, I'm not as big of a fan as, for Baker as some others are. But look, if there is one thing that the Titans, they are putting Ryan Tannehill on the bench. Finally, they should have traded him and got some value while they could. But no Treylon Burks. Hopkins is playing through injuries. I don't know who Will Levis is throwing the ball to who's going to be healthy. I think the Bucks get their bounce back game at home. And I say this confidently by looking at their conferences. The Bucks still have a chance to win the NFC North. Wait, is that the right team? Is it the no? Hey,
shout out to the NFC North. Hey,
the NFC South. The NFC South. Excuse me. It sucks. That division stinks, and the Bucks losing 4 in a row still has a chance to come out on top of that division. It's a long road, but I am going to ride with Baker. 12 touchdowns to 4 interceptions on the year. You got to give him props. He's played well. His defense can't give 40 points up to a rookie quarterback. And was it at home on top of that? no, it was in Houston. It was in Houston, but still, I mean, dude, does Houston even sell out the stadium? Look, Tennessee's 0-4 on the road. I just feel like, Will Levis, this kid is extremely talented, and I think he has a bright future in Tennessee if they can build around him. But I think he throws one too many, or has one too many turnovers in this game against a veteran defense who just gave up 40. They're going to be pissed, and I'm pretty confident that the Bucks pull this one off. If you're looking at lines here, they're the dog. I mean, sure, it's only 1 point. You can call it a pick 'em, I guess. But give me the freaking Bucks. You look at the over under, it's the spread 38.5. I kind of like the over here. Am I crazy? I could see this game being 45 points, and I could also see it being 17 points. I'm not going to touch the spread personally, but I will take the Bucks pretty confident. And, I'll probably look at some player props in this game as well. I think Will Levis anytime touchdown. I think he could have a QB sneaker, run it into the end zone for sure. So, Will Levis has to break CJ's record to beat the Bucks.
I'm starting to think Parlay Dave is my dad.
I really. Let's go.
That's my dad's name. Well, I mean, I don't know how many parlays my dad's doing, but he might have a side hustle. I don't know.
Little do you know, he's just racking in the parlays. I'm using DraftKings. No sponsor, but if you do want to sponsor, I'll use whatever you want. If you want to sponsor,
I probably just ruined any chances for a sponsor this specific stream. Probably for the next 2 weeks. So I apologize.
Sponsor us, please.
Hey, shout out Kroger. Cincinnati.
The 1 o'clock. Wow, we said this was going to be a quick week, and it's an hour. We haven't even got to the 4 o'clock games. Good thing these 4 o'clock games blow. Anything from 4 o'clock to prime time just absolutely sucks this week. NFL, please do a better job flexing some games, please. That said, Courtney, Lions and Chargers is 2 teams you've kind of rode with and then hopped off the train and then talked some smack about. You're very confident.
How dare you clip that? I will murder you.
You've been pretty confident the Lions at times. You've been confident with Justin Herbert and the Chargers, but you have to choose one here. The game's in LA. Does that mean you're riding with the Chargers?
Shout out the Chargers for curb stomping the Jets. I had to watch that and remind myself that I'm not a Jets fan, and this is why. I will say this about the Chargers. They actually look like the Chargers team I thought they were this whole time. So shout out them for that. The Lions. Oh God, I'm going with the Chargers. I don't know.
What? Are you serious?
I don't know. I don't know. This is like a pick 'em for me. It could go either way. I don't know. The Chargers seem like they had something going on there. I mean, it was the Jets, but who cares? They're about to go back to wherever they play, LA, SoFi.
I say that because I don't disagree, but because I thought I had a opposing pick to you that I could one-up you on here and get you lapped by 10. I am also going with the Chargers. And this is crazy because everybody I've seen in the media is all riding with the Lions. And I get it. The Lions, they have looked fantastic this year outside of the Baltimore game. But I don't know, Courtney. I just feel like this Chargers team might, flip a page in the book and, they're 4-4. This could get them to 5-4. Now, I still think he's a very bad coach and they need to move on to him no matter what the record is at the end of the year. But, yeah, I mean, I'm sure half the stadium will be Detroit fans. I just have a feeling about this Chargers team in this specific games. I think the Lions are coming off a bye week too, right? Yeah, they're coming off a bye week. Everything points towards Detroit here. I totally understand if you fade us. Totally get it in this one. But +3 for the Chargers. I feel like there's some value there.
Yeah, I totally get if you fade any of my picks. I'm a woman in sports. Nobody cares.
And look, this is why I probably won't put my money where my mouth is on this game specifically, because exactly what Dave said. This is one of those games where the Chargers blow a 14-point lead in the fourth with 3 minutes, and they don't have timeouts because Brandon Staley blew them in the first minute of the third quarter. I get it. I get it. I hear all
Hey,
that.
that guy's awesome. I don't know what anybody's talking about. That guy is sick.
I get it. But for some reason, I'm just riding with the Chargers, and this was more of a fade because I thought you were taking the Lions. I just wanted to fade you here to get ahead in the picks, but I'm surprised you're taking the Chargers. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, it's I'm just keeping it my mystique. You just never know what I'm gonna do. So
That's probably the most surprising pick from you all year, in my opinion.
of mine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's up there for sure. Like I didn't see that one. I didn't see that, but
Well, I have beef with the city of Detroit right now, so I'm just gonna fade them for a second. So
you said what?
I have beef with the city of Detroit, so I'm gonna fade them for a second.
Detroit, what a beautiful city. Anyways, let's get to the next one. We have the Falcons going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. It's the Bird Bowl. You got
timeout. Dylan says, imagine a coaching staff of Brandon Staley and Matt Canada. You know what?
Brutal.
Hey, the Steelers have turned a leaf over, okay? Matt Canada
him being on the field.
is now Matthew America, okay? Matthew America is calling plays from the sidelines, and Kenny Pickett is still missing throws. So you know what? We're turning a new leaf. It's the Steeler way. Go 9-8, baby. Steeler way. Go to the first round of playoffs and then get curb stomped. Okay, that's what's going to happen this year. So, I mean, shout out.
We love a self-aware Steelers fan. There's not many of them.
Hey, thank you. And I'm still getting hated on this whole stream in the comments for, you know what? Okay, I'm ready.
You ready?
When I was reading,
sorry.
I was reading Kyler's back this week, possibly James Conner. Don't bring up James Conner right now. I'm really vulnerable right now, Dylan. Do not bring up James Conner.
It ain't me. What's up, man? How are you? It's been a minute. Anyways, yeah, I agree. Moving on to this game, you didn't even give a pick, but the Bird Bowl, two underwhelming birds. They're both red and black, if you're wondering. If Kyler Murray plays, give me the Cardinals at a medium confidence pick. If Kyler Murray doesn't play, I have to ride with the Falcons, unfortunately. So Kyler Murray plays, give me the Cardinals. If he doesn't, give me the Falcons. In a game that I don't want to see the Falcons win. I don't like anything about Atlanta right now. But yeah, I just think Kyler Murray return game. They waited until they played a mediocre team in the Falcons for him to return. They didn't want him to play the Browns or any of these other good teams they played. Makes sense. I think he comes back. He does well if he plays. And I just don't. This is less about the Cardinals and more about the Falcons. I don't trust anything they do. And I've said that for the past 2 to 3 weeks now as I've faded them and won those picks. Yeah, I don't understand. I've made a lot of money these past few weeks fading the Falcons, and I'm going to continue to do it until it bites me in the butt. I mean, there's nothing else that happened in that Vikings-Falcons game besides Kevin O'Connell just outclassing Mr. Smith. It was just, he completely outcoached him and outclassed him. And as a Vikings fan, I loved every second of it. But as a person who also is a fan of Bijan, I mean, who doesn't like watching him? Although I'm a Xavier student, I still, would like to see Desmond Ridder from UC, have a respectful career. They totally just trashed him and threw in Tyler Heineke, who's been even worse, in my opinion. I mean, if you watch that Vikings game, he probably should have had 5 interceptions. And although Brian Flores has done a fantastic job with that Vikings defense, they are extremely untalented at a lot of positions outside of Danielle Hunter and Harrison Smith and a couple of guys. But yeah, I mean, Heineke, he probably should have threw 5 interceptions last week. I don't understand why they're trashing Desmond Ridder. I mean, 6 touchdowns to 6 interceptions isn't great. I understand. But I mean, is Tyler Heineke really the future? You see a future in him? So yeah, that's my pick. Courtney, who are you riding with?
I feel like making waves today, so I think I'm gonna go with the Falcons. That's who we're talking about, right?
You're riding with the Falcons?
Yeah.
Even if Kyler Murray plays?
That guy don't. I mean, what's he gonna come out and just?
How are you gonna say? I thought you were gonna say, what's his height? How tall is he? Although Heineke's probably not much taller. Anyways, I digress. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think you're going to give him a complex, so it's pretty rude of you to say. But I just think the Cardinals. Oh God, I've tried to have faith in them. I really have. And they have just proven to me every week that I should not do that. So I'm just going to go with the Falcons here, low confidence pick. And for anyone wondering, speaking of Parlay Dave, my dad just texted me, so I don't think Parlay Dave is my dad. So shout out. Which I also like how he's never confirmed or denied that in the comments. He's just letting me say that he's my dad. But yeah, my dad's downstairs making dinner right now, so I don't think Parlay Dave is my dad.
He's got the AirPods in, cooking up and typing on the side, so you just don't know.
How tall? Okay, well, since we're talking about it, okay, first of all, how tall do you think I am, Parlay Dave? Think I'm some giant over here? Second of all, how tall is Kyler Murray?
Let me get the confirmed height. No way. He is not 5'10". Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
Well, so you take like 1.5, 2 inches off of that. He's still taller than me. I'm 5'7".
All right. I'm a hypocrite.
I'm a 5'8" on a good day. But I'm 5'7". So maybe we're the same height. I don't know.
Yeah, I called him a midget and we're the same height.
Whoa!
So that's depressing. Shame on me.
Whoa! When did you do that? Did I miss that?
Maybe I did call him a midget. I don't think I did actually. So now I'm just saying I did something that I didn't even do. That was a bad thing.
Whoa!
I thought I saw someone say midget in the chat. So maybe.
Whoa! Now you're making the people in the comments make bad people and trying to cancel them. God.
We're all bad people here at DCTV. Just kidding. But yeah.
I'm a great person.
Which I'm not claiming to be tall, but I also don't claim to be an NFL quarterback at 5'9", 5'10".
You're 5'10".
I'm not taller than 5'10" barefoot. Now, like, is he measured barefoot or is that with cleats on? Because if I'm wearing cleats,
you have to be because I feel like you got some like this is me and this is you at least. And I'm 5'7".
Right. So if I'm wearing cleats, I'm 6. We'll just say that.
Oh, jeez.
But we are spending way too much time on Falcons and Cardinals. I'm not gonna lie, but I wanted to touch on this this comment. Yeah, I mean it's the big reason why I say if Murray's in, shoot, give me the Cardinals. Why not? But if he's not, I mean, look, they traded Dobbs, expecting the return of Murray, but like, dude, Clayton Tune had 62 yards and 2 interceptions. I mean, I don't really care who you get out there with you. That's brutal. And just to look at it a few weeks ago, everyone was talking about how great this Falcons team is. They are 1.5 point favorites against this Cardinals team that very well could have Clayton Tune playing. 1.5 point favorites, essentially a pick 'em. How good's this Falcons team now? I think there's some value there, plus 1.5 if Kyler plays. Why not sprinkle the money line? Moving on to another 4 o'clock game. We have sorry, I'm catching up on the chat. Hey, it ain't me. I didn't want to ignore you here. I'm also gonna be at the Bengals game. So come say what's up. That's how I want to see that. All right, moving on to the next one. Giants and the Cowboys. Just such a nail biter here. 16-point favorites. Give me the Cowboys. High confidence. If you like player props, this should be a good game to sprinkle player props for everybody who is wearing a Dallas Cowboy jersey. Courtney, are you riding with the Cowboys here?
I am riding with the Cowboys, and I can't believe I didn't mention this earlier. One of my takeaways last week is you picked the Cowboys, and I had the Eagles. So shout out Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles for getting me one game closer to 90.
Yeah, I had a feeling the Cowboys were going to bite me in the butt there, but I took the risk and
it didn't pay off for you, and that's okay. Because one of us got to be right, and it only makes sense that it's me. So there's that. High confidence. The Giants are an absolute disaster. I mean, what do they have? What's one good thing about them? I mean, honestly, can you tell me?
Look, I know I can't. I mean, you got Saquon Barkley, who they're going to lose in the offseason, which is why I didn't say his name. But at least please let him walk. Please let Saquon go to a competing team. Please, you are wasting his career, and it's so depressing because I've been a Saquon fan for years, and man, his career. I said life. His career is getting
Man, his
absolutely
life
wasted.
sucks. He's kind of. I feel bad for that guy.
No, but seriously, like, look, it's a prime example of karma biting them in the butt. They rode with the, running backs aren't valuable. Only pay your quarterbacks and think about your running backs later. And well, what happened? They paid Danny Dimes. I don't even. I mean, is his name Daniel? I don't know, but they paid Daniel Jones, and this is a rough one. They they paid Daniel Jones all that guaranteed money, and he has a spinal injury. He has a torn ACL. He has like a kneecap issue. He has a neck issue. I mean, geez, oh Pete's, even if he returns, is he healthy from all of his injuries? This guy had many, many injuries before he tore his ACL. I mean, I feel bad for him. I honestly do. Like, you can't blame an injury on a lot of these guys. But I mean, Dave said in the chat, $40 million. I think a large sum of it's guaranteed. And you decide to pay him over Saquon. How does it look now? You have to at least have him for another year or two before anyone takes on that contract. So, yeah, just a really dark time to be a Giants fan. You might as well find another team to cheer on for the next few years because
or the Jets.
I don't know what the future's going to look like. Yeah, you might as well just hop on the Jets. I agree. But yeah, Cowboys by 1 million, 16 points. Geesh, I don't know if I could take that, but that's tough.
I'll probably bump it up to 30. I don't know.
I mean, you could just sprinkle an alternative spread of like 28 or something. Why not 27.5? I'm sure some people will.
I'm just laughing because we really stink at our job. So like, we're not good.
Yeah, I mean, 82-54 is not great, but anyways, Commanders and Seahawks.
You're 8 days ahead of me, so kiss my ass.
That's a lot. What do you mean? That's a whole week's worth of games.
I've beaten you twice out of 10.
Saquon's going to end up a Raven. No, please don't end up a Raven. Please.
Well, that would mean that they were done with J.K. Dobbins. And are they done with him?
I mean, how many ligaments can J.K. Dobbins tear in like a 3-year span? Am I right?
J.K. Dobbins.
Prayers to J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins is working with Aaron Rodgers. He's fine.
Oh yeah, he'll be back like probably next week. All right, Washington, Seattle. Courtney, who do you have for this one? I mean, I'm sure everyone's excited for this 4 o'clock. Is this the best 4 o'clock game?
You probably no Lions Chargers.
No Lions Chargers. You're right. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks here. I think they need a bounce back after. I'm pretty sure it was last week they got embarrassed. I don't really know what's going on right now. I can't formulate the weeks right now. I'm pretty sure. Was it last week? Right? They played the right? Did that happen? They played the Ravens last week?
Seattle?
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost 37-3.
Okay, that's what I thought. Shout out DK Metcalf. I love you.
It's a great guy.
Yeah, I love him.
Tall guy, short temper.
Yep. I'm really looking forward to watching him do his thing this week and physically assault somebody on the field. I'm really just looking forward to that, and I'm taking Seahawks by a mile. And it's probably end up being close because they
high confidence pick. Seahawks is what I'm hearing.
I'll go medium confidence.
All right. Well, it is a low confidence for me. And yes, the Seahawks. This Commanders team, it's very interesting franchise right now. They traded away their whole defensive talent, and they still beat the Patriots in New England last week.
Well, who hasn't beat the Patriots in New England this year?
I get it, but seriously, they traded away their whole team, and they still got the win. Props to them. I was watching I wasn't watching it, but I saw the update where
here's me falling. Shout out Dylan for sending that to me.
Shout out Dylan. They had the ball 2 minutes left. New England, few timeouts, driving down the field, and then former Pittsburgh Steeler Juju Smith-Schuster
Hey, shout out.
dropped the reception, which led to the interception for the Commanders. Basically, what I'm hinting to was, I thought New England was going to win that game. It looked like they were going to either tie it at least, or take the win there. But this Commanders team, just a really hard team to choose or choose against. Sam Howell, I don't know if he's a starting guy for the future. I know head coach for now, Ron Rivera. I think he'll be fired by the end of the year, and
He'll probably be fired tomorrow.
I've been saying it since week 3, but it hasn't happened. Because he'll have a devastating loss and then come back and get a crazy win. And it's how did you do that? But I don't think when Bieniemy comes head coach, he will stick with Howell. Although Howell, one thing about him, he'll go out there and sling the ball. He is not afraid to go sling that ball. 14 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, nearly 2,500 yards. I mean, his stats on paper are better than the opposing quarterback, Geno Smith. Bijan Robinson, interesting player, a decent running back. They have a couple of guys in the backfield they're sharing. Just an interesting team. With that said, I'm also going to ride with the Seahawks, just not very confident. Geno Smith has not been good this year. Kenneth Walker has been on a little bit of a downhill past couple of weeks. And then DK Metcalf, 400 yards and 2 touchdowns, only 28 receptions. Not but a year or 2 ago, they were talking about this guy being top 10 in the National Football League. Terry McLaurin has almost double his receptions. With Sam Howell. And I think most people would argue Geno Smith is better. I think this just speaks on how good Bieniemy is as an offensive coordinator for the Commanders, to be honest. So I am going to take Seattle at home. They are 3-1 at home. I'm going to take them, but I am not confident at all. I could so see the Washington Commanders beating the Seattle Seahawks. But
so who would you rather? Who do you think's the better coach, Artie Smith or Ron Rivera?
Ron Rivera.
Okay. Wow.
I flip a coin. I'll take the coach. I don't really care. 45.5 points for this game. It's gonna, people are thinking they're going to score a decent amount of points, but I have no read on this game. I will not touch this game. But for pick's sake, give me the Seahawks.
I bet Parlay Dave is going to touch this game, so I'd love to know what Parlay Dave's going to do.
Parlay Dave, what's the parlay for Commander Seahawks? Give me a juicy parlay for that game. +6 for the Commanders. It's a lot of points. Are the Seahawks going to blow out the Commanders? I don't think so. So I don't know if I would take the 6 with the Seahawks. Sunday Night Football. An incredible primetime game. Courtney, start us off. Jets heading to Las Vegas against the Raiders. Who are you riding with?
I say this with a heavy heart. I'm going to take the stupid Raiders.
Don't do it. Are you doing it?
Well, are you doing it too?
You're going to be disappointed in yourself. Not going to lie. You're going to look really bad on stream.
Okay, well, if you're taking the Jets, then I'm taking the Jets.
We are taking the Jets together. High confidence. Very high confidence. Lock of the week. No, I'm kidding. But
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers might get subbed in at halftime, it looks like. Give me the Jets. Why were you going to take the Raiders? Is it Zach Wilson? I'm sure that's probably part of your reason why you would take the Raiders here.
Well, they're smoking cigars. They got the best defensive player in the league saying the N-word on camera. So it's like,
oh my God.
So it's like they got immaculate vibes going on for them for that specific thing. I personally think it's a little crazy. I personally think that video that was released of him should have done a retake.
That was hilarious.
He was just on the Pat McAfee show this week. It seems like the vibes are high. They got cornhole. They got all these games going on in the locker room.
You mean like a normal franchise?
Well, they're just really going at it after firing their coach, and I'm going with what Parlay Dave said. You fire a coach and the team starts doing good, and so I was going to pick him because Parlay Dave. That's it. Parlay Dave, my father, is why I was going to pick the Raiders. But as we all know, I'm a Jets fan. I'm a bandwagon Jets fan. So,
Parlay Dave, are you a Raiders fan? Do we know what fan of a team he is? Do we have an answer to that? I don't recall if we asked him that. Is that like
he said we dogged these Raiders last week.
Right? Sounds like
Did
a Raiders fan.
Who'd they
I
play
did.
with? Who'd they play
I
with?
I will take the acceptance. I went with the Giants. I said a healthy Daniel Jones is going to come back, and the Giants are going to turn the book. But he got hurt. What do you want me to do, Dave? He tore his ACL. I mean, what? That's a tough go about. I mean,
all
if
right,
he plays the full game, do they still win? I don't know. But yeah, I was wrong last week. I'll admit it.
I was being fake there for a second. I was going to go with the Raiders. You just reminded me that I don't like the Raiders and Max Crosby, best defensive player in the league. Where? When? How? I think Myles Garrett and TJ Watt have entered the chat, but whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna switch to the Jets. I mean, who am I if I'm not picking my team? So,
look, I get why people will choose the Raiders. I get it. I mean, I look at it and I just look at the spread. The Jets are 1-point favorites. Call it a pick 'em, but what? Like, I thought the Jets were dogs. I thought this was a pick where I was choosing the underdog, but apparently not. That a little bit of a surprise to me, but is Garoppolo playing? I haven't seen anything about him not playing, which makes me want to fade the Raiders because I think the Raiders have a better chance of winning this game with O'Connell, to be honest. Hot take, I don't know. But Garoppolo, 7 touchdowns, 9 picks. He turns the ball over a lot. What does this Jets defense do to help their team win? They turn the ball over a lot. I just think there's definitely some hope for the Jets here. I mean, they didn't play great against the Chargers. Let's be honest. I'll be the first to say it. Although the Chargers definitely blew them out, I guess you could say on paper. I guess it felt like that as well. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but they didn't play great.
Shout out for agreeing with you for once. I mean, hey, we've reached a new milestone.
Right. I agree with this. Like I just said, I think if Garoppolo plays, it makes me even more confident in the Jets. It doesn't matter because Garoppolo turns the ball over a crap ton, and that's exactly the success for the Jets. Is it just give their offense 1,000 different opportunities because they're going to go 3 and out and probably 90% of them. So give them more opportunities to, lessen that chance. But I don't know. I mean, Zach Wilson, 5 touchdowns, 5 picks. I mean, we're in week 10. He has 5 touchdowns. That's just crazy. But I don't know. I have a feeling. Give me the Jets. I think there's good value. I thought there was even better value. If you like the Raiders, it's a pick 'em. So, spring a little money on there. I like player props. Give me Garrett Wilson's overs. Give me his overs. You could, if you want to, you could fade at Devontae again. I think a lot of people have had a lot of success with that. I would fade Josh Jacobs. But most confident, I've made a lot of money on Garrett Wilson's overs. Yeah, I also have him for fantasy, which I don't know if I'm going to bench or start him. Chandler, yeah, I can answer some fantasy questions. I'm currently 6-3 in a money league, so first in my division. I'm not the best, but I can give some to best of my knowledge. I'm not also saying I'm the best fantasy guy ever, but
speaking of answering questions, Parlay Dave is fading us, and what's your favorite? What's your team? Who's your team?
Right. Yeah. Who's your team, Parlay Dave? Or are you one of those guys in Vegas that's like, I don't have a team. I just go whoever wins me money.
Stop. He's not going to watch our stuff anymore. And we
just
Parlay
lost
Dave.
1 subscriber.
He probably is not even subscribed to us. He probably hates us, honestly.
Yeah, true. All right. Are we through all the games? No. Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football, we have a fantastic game, an absolute nail biter. We have Courtney's Bills and my Broncos. Just kidding, but Buffalo Bills. Look, they bit of a struggle.
He's a Texans fan.
Texans.
Hey, shout out Parlay Dave.
Okay, yeah, shout out. The Texans have a very bright future, Dave. If they can build around Stroud, I'm telling you, they can build around Stroud. I like is it DeMeco Ryan? Is it the head coach? I think he's fantastic.
I don't know his name, but that guy rocks.
I think it's D'Amico Ryan. Hopefully I'm right here. Look, I don't watch a lot of Texas games, I'm going to be honest with you, Dave, but I do go back and watch the highlights. And CJ Stroud, he's a guy. Hold on. PPR, Keenan Allen, Kittle for Eckler, St. Brown, Kincaid. Which side I would take? I'm going to take Eckler and St. Brown's side because running back is a really valued position right now because so many of the top 5 and 10 running backs are injured and out for the rest of the season. So it's really hard to come by. And I think Eckler is very valuable because of that, especially in a PPR. And then St. Brown, I also have St. Brown on my team, and he gets so many targets. It's absolutely ridiculous. You could say the same with Keenan Allen, Kittle, top 5 tight end. But at the end of the day, depending on who your tight end position might be, you could find someone decent like Kincaid. Kincaid's not terrible. And I think Kincaid's going to continue to increase to get more playing time. Anyways, let's get back to this beautiful Monday Night Football game, Buffalo and Denver. I'm going to ride with the Bills, to be honest. I'm going to have to find a parlay because I think I've won 4 parlays in a row on primetime games, 4 or 5. Don't want to flaunt, but I'm on a hot streak here. And this one, you can't just take the Bills straight up. I mean, they're 7.5-point favorites. I think you could cash on 6.5. I mean, do we really think the Broncos are going to keep this game within a touchdown? I don't know. But then you look at Russell Wilson's stats. He has 16 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. Courtney, his stats blow Josh Allen's away. That's crazy. Javonte Williams has been very, very, very underutilized, and probably for a good reason. He's been pretty bad so far this season. Obviously, I don't think the Broncos O-line's great by any means, but they're healthy, unlike a lot of the Bills' defense. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't bet anything over 6.5, like ever. That's just kind of my thing. But I would look at some parlays here with maybe some player props, maybe Diggs. I don't know who else you would touch in this game, but Courtney, I'm riding with the Bills. I'm sure you're fading them here because you think the Bills are frauds, and you've been riding on that same comment for a while now, and it's lived up, and you've been right. I'll give it to you. You've been right.
Hey, thanks. Trying to pull some weight. Trying to pull my own weight on the stream. Here's the thing. If I could pick 2 teams that I have been hating on this entire season the most, it's going to be the Bills and the Broncos. So this is really an exciting game for me because I despise both of these organizations right now. I mean, it's interchangeable. Those are interchangeable with the Patriots, but these two, I mean, really, I just can't wait for this game. I cannot wait to watch every second of this game. However, I'm going to ride with the Bills simply for my pick's sake, because if the Broncos win this, then I promise you I'm coming on this stream next week and I am going to rage about this stupid Bills team. I mean, seriously. Sure, Russell Wilson's having a better year than Josh Allen. Shout out Statistically. Shout out national media. When are we going to say that? When are we not going to say, look at Josh Allen's arm? Look at him.
I hope this game is Tony Romo. Tony Romo.
I can't wait.
No, it's not, right? Because it's a primetime game. What am I talking about? It's Monday Night Football. But if it were.
No, yeah, if it's on Monday Night Football, it's CBS, right? He's a CBS guy.
But will he get the call on Monday night?
I think, right?
I don't know. I'm just saying because Tony Romo is one of those guys that are just Josh Allen. Oh my gosh. He might have overthrown the receiver here for 35 yards.
But look at that arm.
Cannon of an arm. I mean, that is just something rare.
Oh, Monday Night ESPN.
As he overthrows the receiver 30 yards. It don't matter. Look at the arm. Like, it's so ridiculous. Anyways.
Okay, Dylan.
Trade Kamara for Kupp and Pollard. If it's PPR, I'm going to stick with Kamara. He gets like 20 receptions a game on top of his
he scores 6 touchdowns on Christmas Day.
And he's about to play the Vikings, so he'll probably, I can almost guarantee you that he gets a touchdown on the Vikings. He always scores against the Vikings. I'm a Vikings fan. I can say that. aka 6 touchdowns on Christmas a few years ago. Monday night ESPN. So no Tony Romo.
Then what game does CBS do? Sunday? No, it's NBC.
I don't know, but did you pick a team yet?
Yes, I picked the Bills.
How are you going to talk fraudulent about the Bills and take them?
The Broncos are horrible. They're terrible.
Put your money where the mouth is and take the Broncos.
Quit being a loser. I'm being intelligent.
How about this? I'll give you the spread. I'll let you play the spread here. I'll let you the Broncos only got to lose by a touchdown or less, and you get the win. They don't even have to win. I'll give you the spread pick. That's fair. That's fair. They only have to lose by touchdown. What Dave say? What'd your dad say? He said they play tight games, hard to take over 7 points, which tells me if Dave is putting money on this game, he's going to do 7.5 with the Broncos. And he's right. I mean, they only lost by 8 to the Chiefs, and they lost by 10 to the Jets.
Patrick Mahomes had the flu, so
you're going to stick with the Bills no matter what. It's fine.
Yeah. No, I'm sticking. Bro, I'm going, yes, I literally sat here and said, obviously you weren't listening when I said these are my 2 most hated organizations in the freaking NFL, okay? But the Broncos are horrible, and they're just going to talk about I know you're laughing at the Okay, whatever. No, you know what? Okay.
All right.
Why? Every time I think of Broncos, I'm getting peer pressured right now. Stop. I'm sweating.
It's a medium confidence pick for the Bills. I don't have many high confidence picks this week. My only high confidence picks are going to be the Cowboys, the Bengals, and
I hate this
that's it. I'm sorry, but I only have 2 high confidence picks this week. Just not very confident in this slate. That's right.
I'm not coming back next week. I swear to God.
This gonna be me next week solo. Anyways, does anyone have any questions about this slate this week?
An hour and a half.
Ow. Anybody any questions?
Anything? Hey, can we look up Josh Allen's stats in primetime? I think that's important here.
I mean, look, 18 touchdowns and 9 picks. 18 touchdowns is absurd. I get it. But
I mean, shout out
the
Josh
turnovers.
Allen.
It's the turnovers with Allen. That's the thing. It's the turnovers, and it's been like that his whole career.
Dylan.
But that's our slate. 90 minutes per usual. That's our week slate. Not my favorite slate. I went 9-5 last week. 12-3 the week prior, or no, 14-2. 14-2. I said 12-3. I'm downplaying myself. I went 14-2, by the way, the week prior. So I don't know if I'll necessarily go to those heights, but
definitely not with this week.
Yeah, this is just a tough week.
Who was my baby of the week? Who is my baby of the week? I don't know.
Can we just roll the dice with James Conner? Because is he returning this year? Or is he out for the season?
No, he's supposed to be coming back.
He is?
Okay, Parlay Dave, no. It's literally Kroger purified drinking water, okay? I already gave my explanation for maybe my unstableness today, and that is because I took a vitamin this morning, and it was to boost my serotonin. So maybe, guys, I'm just in a great mood, and, I'm just showing off my personality a little bit. I've been dialing it down because, my digital footprint and all that, but
professionalism.
All that's out the window now. I mean, it's just gone. It might not ever come back. So you know what? Now, if a future employer is going to watch this, they're going to think that I'm drunk. So thanks a lot, guys.
Nice.
Anyway, I took a vitamin. It's to boost my serotonin. So any future employer watching this, please know that. And I hope that you see this 5-second bit of the thing.
They definitely watched 1 hour and 29 minutes and 45 seconds into our Week 10 stream of the 2023 season.
Yeah, they did.
Anyways, 90-46, ahead of Courtney here feeling confident, but not too confident because this could be another week where she beats me here. Although, what games do we?
We're team writing on a lot of these.
Yeah, we are. I mean, I think
I didn't keep track this time.
The only games we could be where we will differ on is possibly the Bears-Panthers game, as if Fields, plays. I'm going to ride with the Bears.
See, here's my thing. I think you're a cheater because you know what? I make my picks on Wednesday, and I ride with them, okay? I'm not here saying, oh, but if this, or this happens, I'm going to switch so I can win. You're a cheater. Full transparency, hey, you're not. You're not.
I let the stream know if I'm doing that, and it's fair because we make this on Wednesday.
Yeah, no. Fair. Okay, then I'm going to start doing that. Every one of my picks, I'm going to say, oh, but if this person plays, or then,
I do it with just a quarterback.
That's crap. That's crap.
Yeah, like Dylan said, what he said in the chat. I think the only other games we disagree on is Titans and Bucks. I'm with the Bucks. She's with the Titans. Team ride with the Chargers, surprisingly. She's with the Falcons. I'm with the Cardinals. If Kyler Murray starts.
See, that's too. No. Okay, you know what? One game a week. I'll let you do that.
I'm doing it after this week. Okay, fine.
No! You are.
Yeah, it's fair.
This is ridiculous.
We make this on Wednesday. They don't know if some of these guys are going to play it by Sunday. If we stream Saturday, then sure, whatever.
Ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm just handing you wins. I mean, geez, Louise.
And then we got team ride on the Cowboys, team ride on the Seahawks, team ride on the Jets, team ride on the Bills. So I think only 2 different possible scenarios this week. 3. So tail us on some of these. Don't tail us on other of these picks. We hope to make you some money. We hope to make some money. We hope to have a good time watching football this week, especially the primetime games are so great this week. Courtney, I'm with the Bills, but if they lose, I'm with the Broncos. Wow. Did she say that? Clip it.
Bro, I did not say that. I did not say that.
That's
I said
crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm going with the fraudulent Buffalo Bills. And I said, if the Bills lose, I'm going to come on here and absolutely rage. I'm going to rage. Oh, you know what? Good point, Parlay Dave. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go with the Bills, but if the Bills lose, then I went with the Broncos this whole time.
Fair enough. Is it fair enough?
Yes, because you're doing 2 games this week where you're.
Anyways, that's the stream. I hope all of you have enjoyed.
Really in my room.
It did.
I didn't even realize that.
If you are watching this post-production, make sure to leave a like, hit the subscribe button, join the DCTV family. Follow us on our socials. We're very active on our X accounts, my Instagram, my TikTok, Courtney's TikTok. You can always contact us, say what's up, let us know your picks, let us know why we're wrong, let us know why we're right. All the good and fun stuff. Courtney, do you have anything to add?
No, but it was really fun with you guys. I probably won't be back next week.
R.I.P. Courtney and her picks.
I've really enjoyed doing this, but I think I might have to retire.
We're going to retire her jersey. R.I.P. Everyone have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your week. And let's make some money and make the right picks. I want to get to 100 this week. All I need is 10 correct games, and I will be in triple digits while Courtney will spend multiple weeks in double digits. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm going to throw it back. If you're an OG and you're watching this live or post-production, you'll remember this outro. Stay you, stay true. I'll see you next time.
You make me sick.